Hey, welcome and welcome back. Today we are going to be balancing a gimbal, the DJI RS3 Pro, along with some tips, settings, things to know, some examples to get that smooth, buttery footage. Let's get into it. Go ahead and lay everything out that you're going to need and start by screwing in the tripod onto the bottom of this battery. You can click this button on the side to see how much life you have. And go ahead and lay that down. Next, we're going to grab the gimbal, make sure it is in the unlocked position, and then we are just going to line these guys up. So slide that in, and then you're going to have to push this button so that it goes all the way in, and slide this over some more so that you know it's for sure locked. Next, grab your base plate and attach it to the camera. Just kind of loosely thread it in there. And make sure that this is horizontal. Once it is, go ahead and tighten it up. Next, grab your gimbal. Make sure that this lever is in the unlocked position. Grab this plate and go ahead and slide it through. Like so. Lock that back up. Once that's locked, face your gimbal down and make sure that this lever is unlocked. And then we're going to go ahead and slide our camera with the base plate on through. Once that clicks in, lock that back up. Next, we're going to attach the USB-C cable. Connect one end to the top port where it says RSS and connect to the USB-C port on your camera. Now that your gimbal is assembled, we can work on balancing. Once you're here, before we begin balancing, we want to make sure this camera is set up exactly how we want it to be while we're filming. So if you like your LCD screen flipped out, flip it out, along with any transmitters or cables you need attached. And if you are working with a zoom lens, go ahead and fix it to the focal length that you want to shoot at. Next, we want to balance our tilt axis. So unlock this lever up here, face the camera straight up, unlock this lever, and slide the camera up or down until it stays facing straight up. Lock that back into place. Rotate the camera facing forward. Unlock this lever on the side and use this knob to fine-tune the camera position until it stays facing forward. Lock that lever back up. And I like to go back to the first step and make sure we are still balanced. If it's not, unlock this lever, make some micro adjustments, and then your camera should stay wherever you put it, up or down. Lock that back up. Now unlock the roll axis, and the goal here is to get your camera to stay horizontal. Unlock this lever and slide your camera left or right until it stays balanced. Lock that back up. Last is the pan axis. Unlock this lever here. Rotate your gimbal about 45 degrees, and you want to get your camera to stay facing forward at these angles here. So while this is unlocked, unlock this lever, slide the camera forward or backward, and lock it up each time, each micro adjustment before you rotate the gimbal or pan it. And if the camera stays facing forward like this, then that is balanced. Go ahead and lock that axis back up. Power on your gimbal. Press the power button one time to put it in sleep mode. Now hold this front trigger and the M button on the back at the same time so that it can auto-calibrate. While it's calibrating, I like to keep a firm grip downward so that it doesn't move. Once that's done, you are good to go. I do like to do one last step, which is to swipe down, click on that settings button, scroll up until you see gimbal auto check, click that, click confirm, and now it's gonna fine tune even more. It's pretty sick. Once it's done with that calibration, as long as you see the green check mark and it says gimbal status good, click confirm, and now you are super extra fine-tuned, ready to go. Boom. Couple quick settings. Click the power button one time to lock all the axes so that you can just chill out in between takes, rest and relax your muscles. Go ahead and shake it out. Then when you're ready to go ahead and click that power button to wake it up. And as long as you have this cable attached, you can go ahead and click this record button to begin recording your next scene. Hold down the power button to completely shut it off. And I know it kind of stays crooked like that, so go ahead and click this axis, lock that back up before you put it away back in the box. Couple things about the settings. I like to keep it in the PF or the PTF mode. The PF mode is going to keep your camera horizontal no matter how low down or how high up you move. And if you want the camera to pan down or up with the gimbal, go ahead and click it to the PTF mode. And now when you tilt your gimbal down, the camera will also pan down. Same thing when you tilt up, the camera's gonna go up. And I like to keep all the settings on the slow so that it's not so abrupt of a movement. A cool trick with the pan tilt follow mode is if you don't want it to pan down just yet, you can actually hold this trigger down, rotate the gimbal so that you can get some really cool low shots without breaking your back. And while your thumb is still on the trigger, put it back up. And now your camera is back to its normal pan tilt follow mode. Do with that as you like. And let's say, you hit the joystick and it's doing some weird things. Double click the trigger to reset its position. Lastly, we're going to attach our handle. Start by undoing this lever here so that you can rotate the handle out towards you. Tighten that back up. Then we're going to want to loosen this part right here so that we can slide it onto the side of our gimbal. Once that is snug, we're going to tighten that real well so that we don't end up dropping our gimbal on the floor while all we're holding on to is the handle. One final note about putting this gimbal away. When you unlock this lever here, you need to push down this button to slide your camera out. Also good to disconnect the cable. Lastly, to get the base plate out, make sure it is unlocked, and you can use this knob to scoot it as far forward as you want, but you are going to need to push this button on the side right here to fully get it out. Lastly, to get the gimbal head off, switch it to the unlocked position and then push this button to detach. That'll do it for today's video. Hope you liked it. Hope you got something out of it. If you did, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. But for now, I'm out. Peace.